Hi, thanks for joining Modern Wall Street's Trader Talk. We are seeing a sell-off today. And also, Sarge Guilfoyle is joining us. Hi, Sarge. Welcome to the show. What is going on with financials? Let's start with that.
It's not just financials. I mean, basically we have headline risk. We have the political risk out of Washington. And on top of the hearings, we have this Healthcare Reform Act that will be voted on, this bill, I should say, that will be voted on, they're hoping by Thursday, that has everyone nervous because if this isn't passed, then the budget won't be passed, then tax reform won't be passed, and it goes on and on. So they're taking off the top few percent of the reflation trade. Basically, guys and gals who are up since November are deciding, oh, I've ridden this pony as far as it's going to go. I'm taking some of this profit off, or some people that might have got in later just getting out because they're scared. And you're seeing the banks, consumer finance. You're seeing the small caps. You're seeing the transports, both rails and airlines. You're seeing money come out of these areas that have performed, for the most part, rather well.
So, Sarge, would you say more investors are putting their money towards protecting themselves against downside risk now?
Well, you hit it right on the head there. I mean, look, as those areas come in, you're seeing gold pop. You're seeing utilities pop. You're seeing treasuries pop. These are all safety plays. This is a flight to safety, although, you know what? That cheap dollar is not helping gold so much. Oil so much, I should say. Oil is really in a deep spot because it's down today even with a drastically cheaper U.S. dollar than what we saw even a week ago.
So wherever we see the dollar and oil, is that where we're going to see the markets?
Well, certainly the energy sector, which is only about, 6 or 7% of the S&P 500 now, will have to follow oil around. But I don't think oil has the kind of sway it once did. We've done that. We've ridden that dog before. We've seen what happens. I think that is certainly a factor, but really the political risk right now is the main thing. And if investors decide that we're not going to see the deregulation, the tax reform, the repatriation, the fiscal spending, if that starts to unravel, the markets could go right back, all the way back to November.
Well, putting our own politics aside, we have the European politics to focus on. They're formally triggering Article 50 next week, and then following that are the French elections. Like you said, the dollar is down today. It dipped under 100 in the Dixie. I mean, how sensitive are equities to that?
You know, I think right now, domestic equities are focused domestically. Yeah, I mean, obviously, everything is somehow tied into one another. But Brexit really, the British economy, although it must be coming, really has not suffered all that much due to the idea of Brexit. The French election, yes, there are folks who are scared that Marine Le Pen may take the election, but that is by no means a sure thing. I think that fear has abated somewhat, especially in the wake of the election we saw last week. So I think right now the focus really should be here on the U.S., on U.S. equities, on U.S. debt, on the dollar versus the basket of currencies, really on gold, on everything that you can focus without having to think too hard outside of the U.S. I think that's where you need to be.
All right, so if we're leaving the financials, what's the safest bet to play right now besides gold?
You know, I shop at discounts, all right? So I'm not going to tell you it's the safest place to go, but I have lightened up my load on the financials, okay? Last week I sold some. I sold some more this week. I'm down to a very small number there. Now, airlines aren't exactly safe, but they've been getting beat up even prior to this sell-off, and it continued today. So I've initiated long positions in Southwest Air, in Delta. I've eased those positions somewhat or lessened my risk through the options market, because I always play with hedges. I always do certain strategies that can raise revenue on the side, but I am getting into areas that have been beaten up a little bit, like those airlines, and also like energy. I've dipped my toe into the water with energy, even though it doesn't look that smart yet. I have a certain feeling that quality names such as Schlumberger will be all right in the end.
All right, well, I know that it's officially spring, so we're just going to have to see if the shorts come out, if you know what I'm saying. Stephen, thank you so much for dropping in. We're going to make a lot of viewers happy today. See you on Twitter later.
Take care, Vazi.